see. There we go. Hi, everyone. Mitch from Sports Chat Place and PickDogs.com. Got the Puck Dogs with me. We're in a weird order today. I'm going to have to redo this. We'll just do it on the fly. I'll just keep talking, even though you're looking at Chris. Say hello to everyone, Chris.
That's never a bad thing.
Rod with us as well. We'll give Rod the solo airtime there, too. Anyways, now that we've done the band introductions, hopefully everyone is having a great morning. Running a little bit late. Some tech issues behind the scene. One of the softwares that we use to multi-stream across the multiple channels not functioning correctly. So I've actually been told about another software that I'm somewhat interested in that we're going to probably be experimenting with as well. Like I said, we're going to be experimenting with graphics and all sorts of other things too. This is the time. But today's show, we're going to do betting strategy. We're going to mix in kind of like betting stuff, kind of like, we're going to do like NFL draft coverage. We're going to do NFL win totals. I know that our Facebook was not working, or YouTube was not working properly for a couple days there. And, we finally got it working again yesterday or Saturday. Rod and I had it working. But today it should be working fine. I'm not expecting huge crowds. But we know once we start giving out the picks and the winners, we have a few new shows on the way, too, as soon as that all happens, too. So a lot of exciting things going on behind the scenes. Chris, what did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was a fairly low-key day. It was a movie day at our house. Watched a couple Netflix movies we'd been meaning to watch for a while, and I did a little bit of work in the background. And, it was just a very relaxed day.
How about you, Rod? What did you do yesterday?
I played the horse races for a little bit, and then from my water leak over the winter, you should see the massive iceberg I have out the side of my house here. So
you'll have to take a picture and show us, since we don't have much to work with here.
Yeah, okay, I'll take a picture of this massive ice clump that I've got that I'm trying to melt.
It's like I got a slow leak in the bathroom. It's like, can you take a picture of that? We just don't have a lot to work with right now. We'll take it. It's like, well, I got a picture of my slow leak of that. We'll take it. It's like when I leave my garage door opener, the bougainvillea leaves all fly into the garage, and it's like, I'll take a picture of that and we'll talk about it on the show. A lot of you guys on Facebook
going to get odds on.
I did a marathon yesterday of Barbecue Pitmasters 2014 season, and ran into some other seasons, and I was still yelling at the TV, like I was watching the football game too. It's like, nailed the brisket. It was like, my wife's like, my wife comes in from the other room. She's like, what happened? I'm like, he just nailed the brisket. 205 to 207 internal temperature. It was like butter. She's like, when can we go outside again? I chipped about probably 250, 300 golf balls in the front yard yesterday. That was another thing that I've been doing. So I have I ordered one of those practice nets so I can take full swings into the practice net. But it's not here yet. It'll be here any day. So we'll probably do some videos in the afternoon and stuff out by the practice net hitting balls. And maybe I'll do some chipping balls and stuff this afternoon with Sam. But it's pretty much what it's all coming down to these days. That I don't know what's going to be on today. What's on TV today. I actually have more things scheduled today, and then tomorrow I'm working with these with some branding people about shaping. Right before all this stuff happened, I just got Sports Chat Place back, and in the meantime, instead of sitting there in my litigation world, I decided to build an entire another business with Pick Dogs, an entire another website. So now I have these two giant websites, and it's like I'm not sure how to navigate this. I have tons of people working with us now, and we're going to have even more in the coming weeks as our new premium area opens is we have probably 40 handicappers that are going to be on our new site. We got a mix of new guys, we got a mix of old guys, so we got kind of everybody. And I'm really excited about that as well. So we'll have some new shows in line with that too. But anyways, this show is going to be betting strategy. It's something that I get asked about all the time. I get asked about all different types of weird bets. In between I need a 3-team parlay lock email and the direct, the way of the world of last year was the direct message on Facebook. Who do you like today? It's like, well, I did, free picks on videos on everything. I did a live show with the Puck Dogs. I did computer picks. And so what are the best ways for me to give you my picks is for you to just direct message me individually, like our 3 million monthly readers, each send me a direct message. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense to me why people do that, but that's what they do. But a lot of people, they ask about different strategies. And I know that I repeat myself on these shows about my own betting strategy. But even though I repeat myself, there's still people that are new every day. So they don't know how I feel about certain betting strategies. So one of those betting strategies is teasers. I'm generally anti-teaser. And, I don't know if Rod and Chris have different strategies on teasers. But for me, I just think that my strategy in betting is generally the fewest number of bets to get the biggest to get the biggest payout. And that's, to me, that's the basics, right? It's low risk, or it's risk and high reward, because that's what I'm looking for. I just think that, for me, teasers, what happens is people get these confused and they think that this is an easy bet. But I got news for you. The casinos would not be doing it if it was an easy bet. The other thing to keep in mind, and this is something that I know you guys probably have never thought of, but so who here has been to Target or Walmart or anybody? I have, right? Chris, Rod, everyone, right? We've all been to Target or Walmart. So how many of you have ever gone to Target and Walmart to buy something specific and walked out with 5 other things that you had that you might not even ever open, right? I mean, right? So it's like, how in the hell did I end up with with this? It's like, did you get? And they always ask you the same question at the register. Did you find everything today? Yeah, and $400 worth of other crap, as well. I came here for a thing of strawberries. It's like
I think people can argue Costco might be even worse for that.
Yeah, but Costco might be the worst in that place. But where I'm getting to here is that for me, where they always nail me is right at the register. Because what do they put at the register? M&Ms, Snickers bars, Butterfingers, almonds in like a small convenient thing that I might have a whole bag of almonds at home, like the big Costco size one. I do, right? But it's like I might want a little bag of almonds for the ride home or the walk to the car, right? The M&Ms for the walk to the car. I need the, people are like, yeah, I'll just have this for whatever. It's like, for me, it's like, I at least I'm honest about it. I say, this is for the walk to the car. It's like, this is what we do. So what is and it's not like those things are there by accident. There's a candy aisle, right? There's a candy aisle. There's not that Pringles there, right? Slim Jims, all kinds of stuff. Turkey jerky. I mean, you name it, right? It's not just gum and candy anymore. And plus, you go to other stores, they have all sorts of stuff there, right? Thumbtacks, batteries. Who the hell, right? All these things. So when you go to the sports book and you go to the window, and this is where I'm going with this. When you go to the window to make a bet at a sports book, What do they have? They got parlay cards. They got teaser cards. They got pleaser cards. What color are these? Bright orange, bright green, bright blue, right? They are right there. These are your point of purchase items. These are, and by the way, would you like some fries with that? Right?
Yeah.
Would you like to supersize that bet? That's
Beautiful.
what the casino is doing with those pleaser and teaser cards. That's exactly what they're doing. And because the margins on those are off the chart. The margins are off the chart. What are the margins on the M&Ms, right? Got to be gigantic. Got to be gigantic, because I know when I buy the 5-pound bag of M&Ms, which I might be familiar with, right? It's way cheaper than buying a bag for $1.69. It's way cheaper. And now at Target, right, you can't even get the regular size bag of M&Ms anymore at the point of purchase. It's the sharing size, right? I'll tell you who I'm sharing it with. Myself, right? I share it with myself. Anyways, it's the same thing with these parlay and teaser cards. They put them right where you're betting to make sure that you see them. And they're orange, yellow, bright green, blue, right? They're right in your face. Because they want you to bet these things, because nobody hits those things. When you hear about the casino having a really bad day, like we read it, once in a while we'll read about the casino having a really bad day. It's when those cards cashed. That's what that means at the casino. It means those cards cashed. That's why we don't hear that whining too often. We'll hear it like a few NFL Sundays a year. But we don't hear it often, because most of the time that's free money for the casino. Anyways, let's get into some of these some teaser bets. I've here and I've kind of explained to everyone, why they're there. Chris, do you see a situation? Are you a teaser bettor? I mean, some people love these things and they think that they hit them all the time. To me, it's like a series of bets for a low payout, which makes it very, very difficult. And what do you think?
Well,
so here's a guy. This is why we do these shows. Warren Crawley, I never left. See, he didn't even know. But welcome. I'm glad you found us. Pickdogs.com, Sports Chat Place. I'm still here. Sports Chat Place, I was gone for a few months, but I was at Pick Dogs. And we've been doing this show every single day. So I put this on a different YouTube channel today than it's been on, and I expected to see that comment. And I was telling these guys before the show, and there it is. This is why we do this. Awesome, man. Thank you and welcome. And I'm glad you found us. I'm glad you did. I know that there have been thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have found us over the last few months that didn't make the comment, and that's cool too. But anyways, Chris, back to the teasers. What are you thinking here on teasers? When we start to look at some of these payouts, is there any time, or are you a teaser bettor to begin with?
Well, I mean, it's like we kind of touched base on when we were doing our betting strategies for parlays. Up here in Canada, a lot of our sports betting is government regulated, and parlays are really the only bet that you can make. You bet anywhere from 2 to 12 games. I only joined my first online sports book about 4 or 5 years ago, so I really never knew about teasers up until that point. And that's when I started to, find sites like Sports Chat Place, find sites like my sports books and stuff like that, and see all these.
See, because Chris Ruffalo would never have a guy for that. I would never have.
I had a guy when I worked with.
Me neither. Rod, would you ever have a guy for that? We're totally above the line here.
But it was just like it's like you mentioned. I'm trying to do the least amount of work and try to get the biggest payout and biggest return for it. And seeing some of the payouts that you have to play, like if I had to play an 8-game teaser at 7 points for football, that's the same payout as a 4-game parlay if I just take the odds that they're giving me. I have to do twice as much work for the same, maybe even less amount of money. It's not something I'm about trying to do. So teasers personally for me haven't been much of a thing. I can maybe tell you maybe 1 or 2 teasers I played, and that's only because I had a bonus and I just wanted to try it out.
Rod, how about you? Teasers?
Yeah. I don't want any teasers. I want full payout. Like if I'm picking a team, then I want the full payout. I'm not an 18 teaser. On a side. You're throwing away 39% of what you can possibly return into your pocket.
Well, here's I'm looking at the teaser chart here and what pays what. Okay, so they have such thing as a 20-point football and basketball teaser. Okay, 20 points you get, or you can lay it. No, you get 20 points. 15 out of 15 pays minus 120. Still, no,
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it?
No.
No chance.
20 points.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but and then it's like you take the 20 points, you get what? Like you get the Hawks against the Bucks at like plus 35.5, and they lose by 40.
Yep.
And there goes your teaser.
Yeah, but you could have the Bucks on the other side of that.
Right.
Laying the 20 or getting 20 with the Bucks, you're getting points in that game.
Okay.
The thing is, in the NBA, a lot of these double-digit spreads, you'd basically be plus 9.5 or something. Believe me, the Rockets could easily screw you out of that. Easily on any given night.
But if it's a plus 29, then you're in there.
Maybe.
Until the fourth quarter.
For the fourth quarter. I was thinking,
15 out of 15, minus 120. I don't care if you're getting 20 points. That's a lot of wood to chop. If you go down to 15.5-point teasers, 2 out of 2, minus 825.
Yeah.
When you go to 8 out of 8 in these, you get minus 125. So I've seen guys doing videos, and on Twitter, and on Instagram especially. Instagram is where the teaser premium cappers live, right? Instagram. They Instagram them out. The things. And I'm going to be a little bit more active on my Instagram accounts. It's one of my social medias that I've neglected the most. And I'm going to actually get on there more. And maybe I'll do my golf stuff on the Instagram, Instagram stories or whatever. But I see people talking about these 15-point teasers and 14-point teasers and acting like they've actually accomplished something. So 3-team 15.5-point teaser. It's football 15.5. With basketball, it's 12.5. It's and in basketball, it's where you need it the most. 3 out of 3 is minus 525. Tough way to make a living.
Look, we give a birdcage out and it's plus 900 on 3 teams.
So here's the most common teasers that you see, right? 6.5-point teaser, right? These are the common ones that you see and you hear people talking about. 6.5-point teaser. 2 out of 2 pays minus 115. In basketball, that 6.5-point teaser is only 5 points. That to me is a tough way to make a living. It just is. It's less than a touchdown. It's just not a lot of wiggle room. You see the guard. It's like they go for it on 4th down at their own 15-yard line. There's too much time left. You get the 4th string running back. It might be his only carry of the season. It's like. I'll tell you, who's the king of the killer, was Samar J.P. Ryan when he was at Oklahoma. You want to talk about the guy, on 4th and 1, when they go for the 4th and 1 to, he gets the first down, you tackle him, and then they just run out. They take a knee after that. No, he busts through the line and runs it in for the touchdown, and destroys every kind of bet that you have out there. The 6.5 have to hit 2 games is ridiculous. So on a regular parlay, if you took those two, and just said, well, I'll just take the other side if I need 6.5 extra points. And to me, that's the whole problem I have with teasers is that if you feel you need extra points, why not just take the other side? Why not just take the other side? It pays substantially more, more than 2.5 times more to just take the other side with the points. And the books, they know this, and that's why they have those cards right up at the front. They're not over by like the sheets, that have all this is today's games, the same information that's basically up on the boards, right? They're not over by the sheets. They're not over by the racing forms. When you go get that, it's clearly right next to where you are at the window putting your bet in. The other side of these is the bets that I make. And the biggest winner I've ever had on a single ticket is the pleaser bet. The pleaser is the opposite of a teaser. And this is where you can lay additional points or take less points with the dog.
Price.
Or depending on what the point spread is. If it's a 6-point pleaser, instead of being a 3-point dog, now you have them as a 3-point favorite. But the payouts here are big, big, big. So a $100 bet on a 2-team pleaser pays $1,100.
Yeah.
At 9.5 points. Okay, so if we go down to the 6.5, which is what we used before, 2 out of 2 pays plus 630. So these are still big odds, It's still big odds, and you're not getting the payout that you probably should get on these things. But it's better than a money line parlay. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
In most cases, in some cases, the money line parlay actually might get you further. But in the money line parlay, you might have a 14-point dog. All they have to do is lose by 8 or less. In this case, they could still lose and you still win. 3 out of 3, $100 bet pays $1,875. 4 out of 4 pays $5,300. 5 out of 5 pays $14,500. And then, of course, the bet that I hit for $50. 6 out of 6 plus $39,000. I hit it for $50, paid $19,500. And
nice.
That was the biggest single winner I've ever had, as far as like low risk, high reward. My wife has hit some gigantic superfectas, which actually the odds payout is bigger than this. But for me, I had 5 out of 5 on a pleaser. And that was up with an online sports book, and they took 6 months to pay me. They would only send me $3,000 a month.
Yeah, there's a lot to do that. Oh, we only limit your withdrawal limit per month to this. What? Give me my money.
So for me, it's like if I'm going to pick up one of those tickets at the top, it's likely the only one that I'm going to play is this pleaser one, because I'm going to treat it like a lottery ticket, which is what it is. I'm going to generally put $20 on it. The one that I put $50, I actually really liked it. Really, really liked it. It was back when Texas Tech was really good, when they beat Colt McCoy's Texas team. It was back then. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, like
it was
the pleaser,
before, I believe it was before I was doing this stuff.
When we go to the super puck line, like when we take the -2.5 instead, this team's going to win by 3 goals, and we get plus 400 for it.
There's also the multi-chance teaser where 2 incorrect still wins. Pushes are incorrect. In football, 6 points, basketball, 4.5. So if you go 1 out of 3, you still get money back, but it's minus 3,825 is the odds on that. So they act like, you still win. Like if you go 13 out of 15, which we see, people do in our Facebook group all the time on parlays, 8 out of 10 pays plus 155. But the thing is, if you did a 10 team round robin, it paid way more than plus 150.
Way more.
And hit 8 out of 10, way more. But
that's what they do up here in Canada. If you take a 12 team point spread, and you can still get 2 wrong, and they'll still pay you out some money on a 10 out of 12.
This one for football is 6 points, and it's 4.5 points for basketball. So I think the moral of the story here, summing this up, is that teasers are bad value. There's way more value that if you feel you need those extra points to just taking the other side. There's way more value. In fact, if you bet both those teams straight up, the opposite side, right? If we just had 2-team teaser, right, 6.5 point teaser. In football, 5 point, right? 2 out of 2 pays plus 107 with the 5 points. If you feel that you need those 5 points, if you just took the other side, if you hit 1, you're basically even. If you hit 2, you're up plus 200. And here you're only plus 107. So it's basically double your money by playing these games straight up. If that makes sense to people.
Yep.
3 out of 3 plays 3 out of 3, a little better. Pays plus 200, but 3 out of 3 is plus 300. And if you lost 1, you would you would still be you would still be okay. You'd still be a winner. You'd be 2-1. You'd be up.
Well, I mean, it's like the example I've had from the one time I played a teaser. It was $100, and then it was a 2-team parlay. I played the parlay and I did the teaser. The parlay, just take the odds as is, paid out I think $360, so it was a $260 profit. The teaser for the 2 teams paid out $180, so I was giving up half my payout for 6 points on both sides.
And I think when people post these winning teaser bets, I see so many times, also on these money line favorites, same idea, same concept. It's like I see so many times where it's like if you would have played it differently with the same bets, you would have made 5 times as much money, if not more. It's like the risk isn't really mitigated enough to justify the reduction in payout. I think that's really my thoughts on teasers, is that the risk just isn't there. Maybe if you played 5 of these early line games that we've been talking about, we talked about over the weekend, which I think we're going to have to do again since the show didn't show on YouTube. But if we take like 5 of these games, and the line moves enough in 5 of those games, you could probably hedge them out or middle them out to a point where basically you could, where you have no risk at all. It's like if there's line movements and the line movement's covered by that, but the only time you're going to see line movements like that generally are, when you're betting the future lines, especially those late season future line games. And I don't even know if you can include those in teasers, because generally these teasers and pleasers only include the games that are that weekend. When you see those teaser and pleaser cards at the casinos, they're generally just the games that are that weekend. It's not like they'll let you, do the Florida-Georgia game and Ohio State-Michigan on the same ticket. Any final thoughts here on teasers, pleasers, squeezers? Any marathon shows out there? There's also progressive parlays. That's another thing we could talk about on another show at another time.
Yeah.
Multi-chance parlays. There's all kinds of, the more exotic the bets are, the worse your odds are.
Yep.
So the other, like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like, so Ike is asking us, what is a pleaser card? And a pleaser card is what we just went over, which is basically inverse of a teaser, where it's like, instead of getting an additional 6 points, like if you're an underdog and you're +3, you could play a 6-point teaser, you would be +9. In a pleaser, it's the reverse, where you're laying the extra points as opposed to getting them. So instead of getting 3 points and a 6-point teaser, a 6-point pleaser, if it was a 6-point pleaser and you were taking a team that's a 3-point underdog, you would now be -3 with the same team. And I'll tell you, those ones that kind of pass through the line sometimes, that's where I hit them. I know when I hit those, when I hit the big one, I'd say the bulk of them, you got a couple of those blowout, Oregon versus somebody. I'm pretty sure that was the year, the Chip Kelly, it was like Oregon against somebody, so you could safely lay, additional points there. But most of the time, the way to win those is when the wrong team is favored.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you can get sometimes you get, when the wrong team is favored, you can get a bonus, on it. But it's like when Georgia State against Tennessee, right? We all knew Georgia State was going to give them fits, but we didn't think Georgia State was going to win, right? And same thing, when App State played Tennessee the prior year. App State ended up not winning the game, but if you had them on a pleaser card, they any number they hit, they only lost by 1 point. And they were getting 14 in that game. But anyways, final thoughts here, Chris, on teasers, pleasers, squeezers, any TV marathons that we should be tuning into today. My wife was very sick of Pitmasters. She's had it. The chicken was perfect. Perfect. You bite through the skin, there's no tug.
No, for me it's more Netflix today. Probably I'm going to pick up where I left off on Grey's Anatomy. I just started it for the first time.
Nice. Isn't that like 17 seasons?
Yeah, it's at 15 right now on Netflix, so I got a lot of wood to chop on that one.
Holy, that's all, yeah.
But as far as teasers go, it's like everything we've said already. There's not much value to them. Pleasers, you can maybe get behind if you have a strong feeling on one, but for me, I'm still sticking with my parlays for the value.
So Kevin is saying that Indiana casinos don't have, pleasers. As their online presence grows, they will. they absolutely will. And as the more players that come into the online space, the more of that stuff you're going to see. That's for sure. I'm actually, I'm going to be promoting Indiana casinos and New Jersey casinos and stuff like that. Pennsylvania, I'm still on the fence with. But I'm working with DraftKings on all this stuff right now. So, but I'm still going to work with the other sports books too. But the guy DraftKings is my homie, so I've worked with him for a long time. It's weird because my old DraftKings guy that introduced me to this DraftKings guy is now at ESPN Plus. So when you see the online ESPN Plus link on our site, that's from the other, and they're both named Brian. So it's like I never know which one it is. But anyways, Rod, anything here on pleasers, teasers?
Why they're called a teaser for a reason. They're just to tease your butt to forget it. I don't want them. That's a teaser for a reason. But they do increase your odds of winning your bet, but you get less money. So over the long run, I don't find it lucrative. I don't think it's going to help you. Some people are good at it. Some people can just get lucky and hit lots of them, but they're not for me. I go the other way. I like to give me the plus money.
Yeah, I'm a plus money guy too. I think one thing that I've tried to guide people in the direction. I know that like part of my role here is some people they just want to hear our picks. Some people just want me to shut up. Some people just want to hear from you guys. Whatever. It's like some people they only want to hear from me. It's like everyone has their own reasons for being here. But I think one thing that's been pointed out to me a lot is that part of our role here is to kind of educate everybody and kind of like keep everyone. Let everyone know what we know, and it's like if that's going to help people win or to lose less or whatever, and I'm all for it. I got, I'm an open book. So, anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. Another fun show. We'll be back tomorrow. And, Chris is going to tell us all about Grey's Anatomy. Isn't that the one with? Oh God, what are don't they have the two like the Dreamboat doctors?
Yes, Dr.
What?
McDreamy.
Who are they?
McDreamy and
yes.
I don't know the other one.
Steamy.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
McDreamy and McSteamy. Chris will be telling us all about them.
Speaking of which, I want some McDonald's for lunch now. So it's like
I also watched the Jersey Shore heater yesterday too. I went on a five run episode of Jersey Shore. So actually 4 shows on Jersey Shore, as well as Pitmasters. No, I know that they have online in Indiana. I know that. No, they already have it. But what I'm saying is that the longer that Indiana is online, as things grow, you'll have more and more betting options online. So instead of just a few sports books going online in Indiana, you'll have, say there's 10 now. When all's said and done, you're going to have 30, 40, 50 to choose from.
Yeah.
And they're all going to have all different kinds of bets. So, anyways, this is Mitch for the Puck Dogs. I don't know, man. Maybe we should start the game off with maybe we should start the show off like spinning a wheel or something, and just roll the dice and like try and guess what the number is. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, I got a 14 parlay on computer versus computer Madden 20 today. So
who's playing?
So there's this website called Twitch where they have like this streaming.
Yeah, I know Twitch. We're going to be on Twitch as well. But.
Okay. So a lot of people stream their video games on there, and there's a stream called Live Football Sims that's basically putting the computer against the computer. And today it's like Cincinnati, Miami, Cincinnati minus 4.5, and then there's
what year?
Madden 20. So it's
the
year's
new
edition.
One.
Yeah.
I like Miami plus the 4.5.
I already put in Cincinnati.
Well, no, it's all right. Let's mark my picks here, and then you can grade us tomorrow. So, Rod, who do you like in that one?
Yeah, I like Miami plus 4.5 too.
Yeah, me too. So let me get my card out. Write these down. So, Chris, you'll grade us tomorrow, right?
Yes,
I like Miami plus 4.5. What's the next one?
Let me just. I'm just getting it right now. My session timed out. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so it is. Of course, the one time I actually want to talk about it. Okay, so sorry, Cincinnati minus 3.5.
Oh,
yeah, minus 3.5.
I like Miami money line.
Okay, plus 150.
Yeah.
And then there's Pittsburgh at Kansas City. Kansas City minus 3.5.
I like KC in that one.
Yeah, I like Kansas City too.
Yeah, Dallas at Philadelphia. Dallas minus 4.5.
Philly money line
plus 170. And the Lions at the Vikings. Vikings minus 2.5.
I like the Vikings. I'm gonna guess that like certain players are probably really good Madden players, like Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper, to have the Cowboys at that kind of line.
Yeah, they've got. I think Elliott's a 92 overall. Amari Cooper's a 91 overall.
Yeah, so like way overrated.
They even do over unders on these things.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, my Madden picks for today: Miami plus 3.5 or money line Kansas City minus 3.5. I would do the pleaser on that one. Go minus 9.5. Philly, I would do the pleaser. I'd have a 2-team pleaser, Kansas City and Philly, and probably throw the Vikings in as a kicker there as well. 3-team pleaser: Vikings, Philly, and KC.
All right, and then I will report back with scores tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, so we can do Heisman Trophy and all of that other stuff too. I wanted to wait till after the NFL draft for that though. Have a great day, everyone. We will see you mañana. That's Spanish for tomorrow.